Good afternoon. This is my commencement speech to nursing. My name is Alicia Alexander. It is for public speaking, English 285, I believe. Today, we are here to honor the most esteemed colleagues and the hardworking nurses that stand before you. I want to start by saying everyone has a voice and it deserves to be heard. These last 20 years have been dedicated to the profession and many memories have been made. Many of us do not need a bonus, another stimulus check, or increased unemployment. A simple thank you would do, or just saying, hey, we appreciate you guys and everything you do, especially in these times. A lot of sacrifices actually goes into the medical profession. The long hours, the missed events, working nonstop for 10 to 12 hours. To be honest with you, we really are out there saving lives, regardless or what other people might think. It is an actually exciting and rewarding profession for all the hard work that we do. With that being said, when I was in high school, you couldn't have told me that I was never going to be anything other than a fashion designer. I have my models on those runways just wearing my clothes just really excited me. But then after graduating from high school and working 2 years in retail, I found out that I was pregnant with my first child. At that time, I knew that my life had to have another purpose. By the end of the speech, you will know all about my career choice and how my whirlwind ride has been as a nurse. I started out initially as a medical assistant, and then I graduated, and then I went to the LPN program. Now, that was a challenging decision, as you all know. The tests were challenging, the homework was brutal, and one thing I really grew to dislike was writing those care plans. That was not something I was a fan of. Now, I will say the clinicals are not for the weak-hearted. I remember this one clinical instructor, Miss Hampton, Miss Arlie Hampton, to actually put her on blast. She told me at the end of her clinicals, Miss Alexander, you were going to decide whether you were made to be a nurse or not. I didn't know exactly what she meant at that time, but she quickly introduced me to it. So my first patient that Miss Arlie had actually introduced me to was a young man, probably in his 50s or 60s, who you could smell up the hallway. That young man had dead tissue that covered his entire back, and that was the patient she chose to give me, which I was very thankful for. So, even though I wanted to throw up, I tucked my tail between my legs and I went to Miss Arlie and I asked her many questions. I did my research and I gave that man the best care that I had ever given. I knew then that I had made the right decision. I've had great experiences, traveled quite a bit, met great people who some I would even call family. But working in some areas in nursing, some clinical arenas have not been the best. It hasn't always been a cakewalk. Sometimes it's profit over people. Sometimes you work in toxic environments around toxic people who make you question the choice of why did you even get into this field? And I didn't sign up for this. I really love caring for people, but this is not what this is always about. It's not always the best decision that you may think that you got into it for. And even though my dream of becoming that New York fashion designer I missed out on, I would not change it for anything in the world. And my little squirt that I changed it for, my career choice, is now 24 and getting ready to graduate from ODU next year. Now, more days than many, I question my career field. It's been especially brutal this last year, and you guys know why. It's just because of the current pandemic. And I want to thank everybody for their level of commitment during this time. I still believe that we're all excellent, good nurses. And at the end of the day, it's those patients and those beautiful smiles that make us do what we wake up every morning and do. I'm a mother, a nurse, a good person, and I would not change that for anything in the world. And just to end this, I would actually like to thank the profession for choosing me, not me choosing it. Thank you.